think he got the twist he wanted originally, and then he ends up with the under rotation of the twist and not coming around in the flip sequence. It almost looked like he missed both the flip and the twist.
He definitely didn't come in flat enough. He was going like a double backflip. And see, the bike isn't flat enough right here. And this is probably where he started thinking, all right, what's going to happen when I land? And he came in flat, laying the bike over. And that's what happens when you don't get it flat enough off the takeoff.
I think he was hoping that he could muscle that smaller bike, that 125 around, but really it slid out from underneath him. Take a look at this. The bike kind of goes the wrong way, where we saw him land with the bike really upright. As soon as that back wheel started spinning underneath him, he was done.
It looked like he just didn't get the twist right away. You saw his body accentuate to the side. Presence of mind to gas it midair to try to bring it around. You saw the puff of smoke there coming out of the exhaust, a two-stroke motorcycle. In fast motion, Brian, I can't even imagine trying to sight and figure out where you're at, but he had the presence of mind to know where he's at.
Well, the good thing is he knew where he was at. He adapted to it.
And Debbie, his mom, definitely doesn't like it. Let's take a look at what Travis thought when you watched the replay. Yeah, I concur. Ooh. Now, his crew said he's jumping about 40 feet and going 40 feet high. So the landing ramp is 14 feet tall, so you can do the math. Basically dropped from 26 feet, if I did the math right. But hey, you never know. I'm from San Clemente, right? That's a joke. You guys are supposed to laugh. Try to lighten it up a little bit around here.
So they're going to adjust that takeoff ramp yet again, because so many guys are using this short kicker ramp, but they're using it at different distances. It's kicked up. It's actually got a whole metal wedge underneath there for Pastrana. They have to set it down on the ground now for Mr. Kyle Loza.
Now, Kyle Loza is not afraid of gold medals. He has 2 of them back-to-back. He's looking to three-peat tonight. How much does it unsettle him having to see his ramp move around and Travis just had it up on a wedge? I mean, you got to think about that a little bit, Brian.
Yeah, you have to have confidence in the guys pushing the ramps around. It's changed so much from the first best trick when it was one ramp. Now the guys are doing tricks of all different ramps, and you got to set that ramp just perfect. When you're at X Games, you just have to go for it.
Hey guys, don't forget, log on Facebook.com/X Games for behind the scenes footage, or check out Twitter.com/ESPN X Games to get the latest updates. You guys know what to do. Just type it in, check out the Twitter, check it all out, because you know what? You get good behind the scenes dirt on what's really happening, what's really going on. Because sometimes the announcers just lie to you, right, Tess?
That's not something we would ever do.
Okay. Serious moment. Kyle Loza is an innovator. He is a guy that really has the skill and the ideas, the forethought. Let's take a look at what he's done over the last couple of years. Kyle Loza, another first-timer X Games, bringing a new trick to the full. Will he pull it off the 45-footer? Whoa! Well, he has to pull it. Kyle is an innovator of big trick. Let's take a look here. Well, that's how Loza did it last year. A little off-course excursion, but the judge said, hey, he landed it. If he wasn't in the confines of this, he would have. Here we go. Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. Does this play into the fact that they just moved his ramp? If I was Kyle, I'd say, hey, you just moved my ramp. I want a shot at it.
You want to come and test it, but he was looking for that. But that looked like the trick from last year. It didn't look like he was going for something new.
Talking to Dan McGranahan, who's his agent there, I know that they've been plotting thick as thieves on these things. Now, lots of work going on the jump itself right now. I think they're just moving it though.
Back to Willie Watt's position.
And you can see him checking it to be stable. So Kyle Loza goes off the ramp and doesn't get a trick. There's a lot of chaos going on here. This is Travis's bike, and I would say with Ron and the boys out there working so hard on it, that they're probably thinking that they're going to go back out. You see, I don't know, they put another new, maybe a different knife set up there. You see it there?
I think they need
They're
one.
tearing it off. Yeah, it looks a little bent up. I think everything looks bent up. The fender, the subframe. But I mean, when you throw your motorcycle away like that, right?
Yeah, he got away pretty clean, actually. And I was surprised he's riding a 125. Usually guys ride 250s in this class. It must be because it's lighter and he can throw it around easier.
You threw class out. That's like old school racing days.
Old school Suzuki.
So the top of the ramp right now, Willie Watts from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. He has a varial where he goes vertical. It's a bar hop. He shoves the feet through, backflips over the bike.
But he did nothing in his first jump. This is it. All or nothing, people. Check it out. First time ever at X. Yeah. Is that a hose? That's it, right?
I think Willie Watts just decided to back out of that thing because he just wasn't feeling it. He was really, really nervous today. And that's going to be it. That's run 2 of 2 for Watts.
What I'm asking you is, do you think he ever had the trick? I mean, has he put it to dirt? I'm serious. I mean, there's a lot of things that have been done into foam pits that have never been done onto dirt. We just saw Travis Pastrana not do it, but he was convinced he could do it. Maybe Willie just thought, hey, I don't have it.
As a rider, you're coming to X Games to do your trick, whether you crash or not. You can see Pastrana do it. He's going for it. Whether he crashes or not, he's putting on the show. I think the guy really just backed out on the spin. That wasn't really what a rider should have done.
All right, so we clowned Potter a little bit for throwing something old, but guess what? We're already in the second runs, and he is still in silver medal position test.
That was a smart move on Potter's part. I mean, and it was an incredible trick, so no disgrace for him. Oh! Oh!
Yeah! Good save! And with the coffin no-hander, that was the save of the day right there. You see too many guys crash. He's like, I ain't crashing.
Well, and I think the funny thing is everybody moved on the back side of the railing because Catalos had crashed the other way last year, but nowhere is safe here in the Staples Center when Moto is in the house.
Do you get points for saving it?
That was a brilliant save. Now, you called it the Compton backflip, no hand leans all the way back. Fully committed when he's coming around, the bars are turning on.
That's the worst thing that could happen as a rider. Bars turn on you. You have to find them last minute. That was a great save.
And look at this. Todd Potter's on top of the landing, but Travis Pastrana's walking back into the stadium. Potter's going to pass out some hardware. Let us not forget, Potter is going huge here, and he's riding in the freestyle competition tomorrow. He's one of 16 riders.
We got to watch the bar twisting in this replay here because that, I think, is what went really wrong.
He deserves a 10 for the save. Hello! And he pulls it together. Now, just like Loza last year, if there was nothing there, he would have ridden out of it.
Ridden right out of it, hand in the air. I think he did a great job, actually.
And here's the thing, the judges look at that extension. Wow, the judges gave it to Loza last year, even though he rode through the barricades. So I would say, I mean, the precedent is there.
They have to give it to him.
They won't. They took a beating from some of us last year for, you know, some of us said that that was a crash last year.
Head to the fender. That's the first time I've ever seen him do that, or anyone do that.
First time ever at X, no big surprise, but come on, seriously, Cass. Does he have a shot at beating his other score, beating Bilko?
Oh,
Does he get a completed jump on this?
He completed it. He was on the brakes. You can see the brakes were fully locked on, but there was no way to stop in that space. I'm giving it to him.
Potter has changed his whole routine. He's got a little jump park. Tree run, he was second. Nope. I told you the judges weren't going to give it to him.
Oh, man.
Is that a double standard?
Well, hey, who am I to say? But I mean, last year, Kyle Loza rode through whatever space was there. This time,
maybe they told the guys they couldn't do that this time.
we may have missed that in the riders' briefing. So that's tough. I mean, that was a fantastic trick.
Bilko bringing the heat. To no-hander.
Was that the late no-hander?
Well, I'm not sure that was the cheater no-hander. It was late. But I think he got him off before he landed. We'll have to watch the replays. In the past, ladies and gentlemen.
Gotta give him credit. That was a good trick.